Hi everyone, this is an explanation video for 3 TVWO with the method Modern Mathematics. This video is about chapter 7, 7.5 Calculating with Powers. I'm going to talk about 3 things here. First one is write powers without brackets, the rules. I'm going to explain 2 rules and I'm going to give you examples. And the second one is special situation and the third one is power function. Okay, so you have to write these powers without brackets. Here is the first rule. It says bracket a times b bracket squared. Of course, when you have, for example, a number and a letter, so this can be a number and this can be a letter, or it can both be letters, that's also fine, then you don't see a times in between, okay? It's just attached to each other and it means that it's times each other. Well, we don't write the times there. This squared can be any number. It can be by the power of 3, by the power of 4, by the power of 5, any number. So to make it more general, we usually write a letter here as well. The n, a small letter n, okay? We're just gonna cross it out, n. A times b in brackets by the power of n. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this one by the power of n and this one by the power of n. So it's n, a by the power of n times b by the power of n. So this is what's going to be. Let me give you the first example. 5x in between brackets squared. So if you look at this rule, you have to do 5 squared times x squared, and of course that's 25x squared. If you want to go from this step to this step immediately, that's fine. When it becomes more difficult, I recommend you to do it step by step, do it slower. You can prevent yourself by making mistakes. Let me do a more difficult one with a negative number. Here it says minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2 times minus 2. If you want to write that down, you have to put the minus 2 in brackets. It's really important. There's a big difference, okay? You've learned that last year. Now, minus times minus becomes positive, times minus again negative, times minus again positive. When the exponent is even, you have to do the power with a negative number. You will see that the outcome will be positive. When the exponent is odd, you will see that the outcome is negative. So this is actually 16 a by the power of 4. So these 2 examples is for you to understand. Of course, it's not end-test material. Let me give you end-test material. 2x by the power of 3, y by the power of 2 bracket by the power of 3. So here you need to combine other rules that we learned in the previous paragraph. Okay, so here it's a very good idea to first write down all the small steps before you write down the answer, okay? It prevents you from making mistakes. So you have to do 2 by the power of 3, so you write that down. X by the power of 3 by the power of 3. So that is x by the power of 3 by the power of 3 times y by the power of 2 by the power of 3. This is a 3. Okay, now do you remember the rule that with this you have to do 3 times 3? And here 2 times 3, so that's important. And of course this one you can simplify as well. So this is 2 times 2 times 2, that will be 8. This is going to be x by the power of 9, and this is y by the power of 6. If you think you can do it, to go from this step to this step without making mistakes, check yourself, okay? If you're a little bit stubborn and you want to go from here to here, then check yourself, okay? Just do it in your head. Check yourself if it's okay, because you don't want to miss points here on the test. Now, last example, minus 7x y by the power of 5 by the power of 2. I would like you to pause this video and do this one by yourself. And then I will do it, okay? So pause the video now. Okay. So this is minus 7 in brackets. Hopefully you did that. And then x by the power of 2 times y by the power of 5 in brackets by the power of 2. Minus 7 by the power of 2 will be a positive 49. and then x squared y by the power of 10. Good. That's it. Let's go to the second rule. Okay, here's the second one. I already wrote down the n to make it more general. It can be squared by the power of 3, 4, 5, whatever. Now, to do divided by, of course, you know that that's the opposite of doing times. So I think you can already guess what we need to do here. You can split it up. So it's a by the power of n divided by b by the power of n. Yeah? So both of them by the power of n. So that's actually first step. It's really important here that b is a number, but it can never ever be 0. So whenever you write down this rule, you always have to write down this sentence where b is not equal to 0. You have to write down this sentence because you can't divide by 0. Good. First example. -6 divided by x by the power of 5 in brackets by the power of 2. First you split it, so you can see that here, how it goes. Now we're going to do that as well. Again, a negative number in brackets, and this is x by the power of 5 by the power of 2, also brackets. Okay, first step. Then -6 times -6 is 36, and x by the power of 5 by the power of 2 is x by the power of 10. This is it, now you're done. Second example is also my last example. A divided by 2, b by the power of 3, brackets by the power of 4. When you do these exercises in the book, you have to copy the exercise first and then write down all the steps here, okay? I really want you to copy the exercise first, also on the test. Now, a by the power of 4. You don't have to put brackets here, but because it's just a by the power of 4. And then this one is 2b by the power of 3 by the power of 4. Now I'm gonna work this one out. So that's 2 by the power of 4. You can do a step in between here, but I want to do it immediately. So that's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that is 16. b by the power of 3 by the power of 4 is b by the power of 12. Okay, so second part, special situation. The difference between this one and this one, that is a special situation. A lot of students, they mix it up. Don't do that. There's a big difference here, because in between here, there is a times, and here is a plus. Big difference. This is the one that we just did. So let me start with that. That's 7 squared times x squared, which is 49x squared. Done. This, we have had this already in last year, year 2. You know this, of course. When you see this, you have to write down the brackets 2 times. So that's 7 plus x, and again 7 plus x. Remember? And then we're going to do this times this, this times this, this times this, this times this. Okay, let's do it. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times x is 7x. X times 7 is 7x. And x times x is x squared. Now, I recommend you to always write it in the same order. So first do the letter with the highest exponent, then with a lower exponent, and so on. So then just with a letter, and the last one is always just a number. So I'm going to start with the x squared here. With plus and minus, you always have to look for like terms. I can see that this one and this one are like terms. So 7x plus 7x is 14x. And the last one is just the number, which is 49 plus 49. And this is it. So you see, between this one and this one, there's a big difference. Don't mix it up, please. Okay, so a power function. This is what a power function looks like. Fx is a times x by the power of n. Now x here is the variable and n is the exponent. It can be anything, and then a is a number. It can be 1 and then you don't see a number in front of the variable. but it can be 2, 3, or whatever. It can also be a negative number. Okay, so let me give you 4 examples here. Let's start with the first one. It's fx and then 7x squared. This is also a power function, but there's a more specific name for it. What's this little bit more specific name? It's a quadratic function. Okay, so I will give you a really small a sketch of it, what it looks like. You don't have to do this by yourself, but I think it's really handy to kind of know what it's going to look like. This is a parabola. Because it's squared, so this is an even number. It looks like this, and this number is positive, so you have a positive smiley. You remember from last year, positive smiley. This is a positive number. Smiley is a little bit sad, so this is a negative number. Now, let's go to the second example. Minus 5x by the power of 3. It looks a little bit different because this is a 3. So this is a power function, and this is an odd number. It looks like this. Something like this. Now, actually through the origin, yeah. So this is a negative number, so this line is going down. And this is an odd number, that's why it looks like this. This is what a power function looks like. Now, g, 12x by the power of 5. Again, let me do the sketch here. This is the exponent. It's an odd number, and this is a positive number, which means the line goes up. Yeah, and then the last one, minus 6t by the power of 4. I'm using t because I want to show you that it can be x, or it can be t, or it can be whatever. Now, of course, when you sketch it, you have to name this t, and this stays the y-axis, okay? And then this is an even number, so it's still a power function, but it looks like if it's a parabola. And then this number is negative, so that's why it looks like a sad smiley. Yeah? Okay, so hopefully this is helpful. Again, the sketches, you don't have to do this by yourself. I just thought it was handy for you to kind of know how you go from here to here, so you have that knowledge already. Good luck with all the exercises. This was it for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.